You are walking away. I feel like you're this Queen of Cups. And you could have been in a marriage or a very committed relationship. At one point, this king was your match. But now he's reversed. This is emotional stability, not opening up about feelings, being not being what he says he's going to be. And it's become a burden to you. Maybe you feel like you've had to take on too much in this relationship where like before it was he was giving 100%, you were giving 100%, but now it's down to he's giving 20%, you're giving 80%. Or maybe you could be doing all the effort, like you're the only reason why you two are still together because you're putting in all the effort for this relationship. Either way, it feels like a burden to you now. And I feel like you are this 8 of Cups energy and you're walking away. And it's not even, it's breaking your heart, but it's not at the same time. I feel like this is a long time coming and you're just ready to free yourself. I feel like this 8 of Swords and the Hanging Man reversed, you kept yourself stuck in this relationship when you know you didn't have to. And I feel like you're realizing that now. And you're ready to move on to the next phase of your life. Let me get some clarifiers. Tell me about the Knight of Coins. This Knight of Coins could have been the king. Maybe he was focusing too much on work and not enough on you. Focusing too much on his money and not putting enough effort into love. You can do both, people. I hope you know that. So this Knight of Coins has the 7 of Wands and the 4 of Cups reversed. He's got his walls up for sure. So this could just be that he's not opening up about his emotions and focusing too much about work. But he's not even viewing this as a missed opportunity anymore. Or this could be that he's just so satisfied with his work right now that it's not even going to bother him that you're leaving. Because he still has his work. Tell me about the King of Cups. 6 of Cups reversed. This could have been a soulmate. But you feel like it's ran its course now. Tell me about the Hanging Man. 5 of Swords reversed. So you were so focused on this relationship that you weren't even viewing that it was a lost cause anymore. You were keeping yourself stuck here because you felt like there was still a little bit of hope, maybe. Your Justice at the bottom of the deck. So a relationship is definitely ending here. The scales are finally going to be balanced. Whereas before they were unbalanced because you were putting in all the effort. Now nobody's going to be putting in effort. The scales will finally balance for you. You'll feel all this weight come off your shoulders. You'll be at peace with your life once you no longer have to worry about this king. Tell me about the 3 of Swords. For Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So you have the Moon reversed, the High Priestess, and the Fool reversed. There could have been somebody else, especially with the King of Wands at the bottom of the deck. But you trusted your intuition, and you know the truth now. And that could be why you're not feeling this heartbreak as much. You could be just feeling more anger, more resentment than anything. But you're not going to put in any effort anymore. You're not trusting anymore, at least not to this person. You're done giving him chances. You're done being a fool. Tell me about the Moon. What were these secrets? If you have any Aquarius in your chart, or if you feel compelled to at all, watch the Aquarius read, because they had almost all the same exact cards. And Aquarius had a very heavy Cancer in their reading. I don't mean like weight-wise. I mean like it was definitely it. And there's the Queen of Swords as I'm saying that. So this could be an Aquarius. So there could have been a third party, and now it's being revealed to you. So I would watch that Aquarius read. If you feel like this is your story or not. It might help to have a little insight to the other person's side of the story. But both of you had the High Priestess and the Moon, the King of Cups, the Queen of Cups, the Six of Swords. So what that's telling me is, and in that reading, the King of Cups was reversed and the Queen of Cups was, no, the King of Cups was upright and the Queen of Cups was reversed. So what that's telling me is if there's a third party and it is an Aquarius, what he's telling you, he's also telling her, but switching the characters up. So he's telling her that you're not putting in the efforts, but from your side of the story, he's not putting in the efforts. He's the reason why this relationship failed, but he's telling her, you're the reason why this relationship's failing. You're the asshole here. So I feel like this king is playing the victim. Tell me about the Eight of Swords. Why is the Eight of Swords here for Cancer? Four of Swords reversed, Five of Pentacles reversed. So you were so afraid of being left out in the cold, of feeling like you were alone, you know, probably really focusing on your insecurities, probably asking yourself, well, why am I not good enough? To the point where you kept yourself isolated. You didn't want to leave your house. You probably left your house for work and then immediately went back home after work. You probably, you know, kept yourself from moving on. And all it did was prolong this heartbreak. But this heartbreak turned into anger or resentment, which isn't good either. But whatever helps you move on, I guess. But it's time to stop isolating yourself. Download some dating apps. Go out with your friends. You know, go for walks. Go hiking. The weather's starting to get nice again. You know, just go out for walks around your neighborhood. Maybe you'll meet somebody. Start getting yourself out of the house, and you'll start feeling like yourself again. You'll no longer focus on your insecurities. You'll no longer focus on this king that was manipulating and playing the victim from both sides. You'll no longer feel like you have to put in an effort where there's no effort given. Bottom of the deck, we have the Tower reversed and the Three of Swords. So I feel like you were avoiding this for a long time. You knew a long time ago, your intuition told you a long time ago that it was time for you to leave. But you kept trying to avoid that Tower. You kept putting in more and more effort. Even if he kept giving less and less effort. This was a long time coming for you, Cancer, but you're finally getting to a point where you're done. And it could be this resentment that's getting you through, finding out that there was another woman. And if there wasn't another woman, this could be your energy, finding out that he was never going to put in the effort and no longer taking a leap of faith with him and cutting him out because you were trusting your intuition. I most definitely would check out that Aquarius read, though. If you've had suspicions, then this king was probably cheating on you. That's probably around the time that he stopped giving effort. So, final advice for Cancer for April 3rd through the 10th. You have the Snake, Everybody knows what a snake is. You have the door at the bottom of the deck, though. As soon as you let this go, new doors will open for you. Start getting yourself out of the house, for sure. I know it's hard. I'm a Cancer moon. I definitely isolate myself way more than I should sometimes. Sometimes it's definitely necessary. Sometimes you gotta retreat into your shell. But I feel like you've done it too much. And now it's starting to affect your self-esteem. So let's see what the snake is. Snake is seduction, temptation, and possibilities. So I can see this two different ways. This is saying, if you didn't know this, then this king was a snake. Or it could be saying, take on the snake qualities. Start being the temptress that you know you are. Start realizing that you have no reason to be insecure. Start putting yourself out there. More possibilities will come to you. Doors will open.